guys, in today's video, we're going to see Pan's biggest training session. She wants to transform into a Super Saiyan for the first time, and for that, she's going to have Piccolo's help. Will she be able to do it? Well, before you find out, leave your like and also subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any videos like this. Have you done that yet? So let's get started. On planet Earth, Pam was surrounded by tall mountains and trees that rustled in the wind. The sky was blue and the sun shone brightly, illuminating the training ground where Pam and Piccolo faced each other. The air was thick with determination. Pam spoke, "Uncle Piccolo, I've been training for so long, but I still can't transform into a Super Saiyan. What am I doing wrong?" Piccolo looked at the young Saiyan with a calm and collected gaze. He could see the frustration and determination in her eyes. Pam was stubborn, just like her father Gohan when he was younger. Piccolo asked, "Pam, do you understand what it means to be a Super Saiyan?" Pam replied, "It means being stronger, faster. It means being able to protect the people I love, like Daddy does. And I know I can do that, I just need a little push." Piccolo thought for a moment, remembering how Gohan had also had this same thirst for power when he was a child. But he knew that the transformation into a Super Saiyan was more than just strength and speed. Piccolo spoke, "Pam, the transformation into a Super Saiyan is more than just power. It is an emotional response, a state of mind that arises when you are faced with extreme situations, when your heart is filled with an intense desire to protect or overcome a great challenge." Pam spoke, "Then make me face these challenges. I know you trained Daddy rigorously when he was a child. He told me everything. You can go hard on me, Uncle Piccolo. I will not give up," Pam said to Piccolo with determination. Pam's words brought a flood of memories to Piccolo's mind. He remembered the days of intensive training with Gohan, the times when he had pushed the boy to the limit, and even the tears Gohan had shed during the hardest training sessions. He remembered one particular moment when Gohan had cried after a severe attack he had dealt during training. At that moment, Piccolo had been harsh, merciless, because he knew that Gohan needed to become strong quickly to face the Saiyans who were invading Earth. Piccolo spoke, "Pam, those were different times. Back then, Earth was in imminent danger, and I needed to prepare your father to fight the evil Saiyans who were about to invade. I was harsh with him because there was no other choice." Pam insisted, "But now, Uncle Piccolo, I want you to be harsh with me. I want to become strong enough to protect the people I love, just like Dad. It's okay to be harsh with me." Piccolo looked deep into Pam's eyes and saw the sincerity and determination in her. She was no longer a little girl. She was growing up and understanding the responsibilities that came with the Saiyan power. Piccolo said, "I understand, Pam, but I won't train you the same way I trained Gohan. There's no need for that. The danger isn't the same now." Pam replied in a firm voice, "But I need to be strong, Uncle Piccolo. I don't want to take the same risks I took in the past. I need to be ready for anything." Piccolo watched Pam for a few seconds before letting out a soft sigh. He knew Pam was determined to follow this path, and he couldn't deny that she had potential. Deep down, he also felt the need to help her achieve her goal. Piccolo said, "Very well, Pam, but remember, once we start, there's no turning back. The training will be intense, and you can't cry. From now on, everything will change." Pam replied with a sparkle in her eyes. "I'm ready, Uncle Piccolo. You can start." Piccolo nodded and turned around, starting to walk towards an even more isolated and deserted area. Pam followed closely behind him, feeling the adrenaline rush through her body. They walked in silence for a few minutes until they reached a barren terrain where there was no vegetation, only rocks and dust. Piccolo said, "This will be your new training ground, Pam. Here, you will be forced to fight against your own limits." Pam looked around, feeling the vastness of the place and the isolation. She knew that there, without distractions, she could completely concentrate on her training. Piccolo began to move away, creating some distance between them. His eyes became more serious and his aura began to pulse slightly. Piccolo said, "Get ready, Pam. I will not go easy on you." Pam got into a fighting stance, feeling her heart beat faster. She was determined to do her best, to surpass her limits and finally achieve the transformation into a Super Saiyan. Piccolo raised his right hand, pointing 2 fingers at Pam. A faint glow began to emanate from his hand, and Pam immediately recognized the technique. Pam said, "This is Makan Kosapu!" Before she could fully react, Piccolo fired the attack. The piercing beam advanced towards Pam with frightening speed. She tried to dodge, but she wasn't fast enough. The attack hit her full on, knocking her back with crushing force. Piccolo watched the scene with an impassive expression. Piccolo said, "I only used a fraction of my power. If it had been the full attack, you would have been dead. Get up, Pam." Pam lay on the ground, feeling the impact of the attack reverberate through her body. The pain was intense, and for a moment she felt tears begin to form in her eyes. But she remembered Piccolo's words. She couldn't cry. With effort, she began to get up, even though her muscles were screaming in pain. Pam spoke, her voice trembling but determined. "Come on, Uncle Piccolo, I'm ready. I'm going to transform into a Super Saiyan. I know I can do it." Piccolo watched Pam struggle to her feet, but he saw the fire of determination in her eyes. She was hurt, but not defeated, and that was what he wanted to see. Piccolo said, "Very well, Pam, let's see how far you can go." And so, Pam's intensive training with Piccolo began. He would not go easy on her, but at the same time, he knew that the key to her transformation was not just brute strength, but controlling her emotions and awakening the power that lay dormant within her. The training sessions grew more intense each day. Piccolo used his most severe techniques, but always with control, testing Pam's limits and forcing her to overcome her own blocks. He knew that the transformation into a Super Saiyan was not something that could be forced, but Pam needed to find the right trigger, that moment of pure emotional intensity that would bring her to this form. The training continued at a relentless pace. Pam was thrown against the rocks, knocked to the ground, pushed to the limit of what her body and mind could handle. Piccolo attacked her with blasts of energy, delivering quick and precise blows, forcing her to react and defend herself. Piccolo said, "Pam, you need to focus. Don't let the pain distract you. Concentrate on your goal." Pam got up each time she was knocked down, each time she felt her body fail her. She refused to give up. The memory of all the times she had been in danger, of all the times she had seen others fight to protect her, gave her the strength to keep going. She wanted to be able to give back, to protect those she loved. Pam shouted, "I will not give up! I will become the greatest Saiyan of all!" The days passed, and Pam felt like she was getting closer to something. There were times when she felt her energy surge, times when the world around her seemed to slow down, and she was able to react more effectively to Piccolo's attacks. But there was still something missing. She knew she was on the verge of a breakthrough, but she couldn't cross that line. Piccolo said, "Pam, let's stop for now. You need to rest or you'll pass out. You're doing great, but you've reached your limit." Pam was about to answer Piccolo, but at that moment her eyes closed. She fell to the ground. Pam was very tired and full of injuries, but before Pam could fall to the ground, Piccolo grabbed her. Piccolo said, "Well done, Pam. You're just like Goku and Gohan. It seems like you won't give up, huh? Well, that's enough for today. Tomorrow will be a new day," Piccolo said with a smile on his face, something he hadn't done in a long time. Guys, with this, we will end today's video. I know it's boring, but we'll see you in the next video. Leave lots of likes on the video and comment, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. So, see you another day, guys.